Do you want a time machine? Unfiltered Audio has you covered. Following the success of their Lofi AF plugin, Unfiltered Audio now has another addition to the lo-fi effects environment, which is the Needlepoint. Is it any good? Let's find out on this video, so let's go! You know that I just make reviews of plugin developers I respect, and Unfiltered Audio makes a lot of plugins that I use on a daily basis. This time they are making this Vynil effect that at first glance sounds really good and has also some unique twists to give you more control on the sound you want to get. At first glance, you can change and modulate the sound, you can add noise, dust and all the crackling effects of Vynil, and also you can change the playback, giving you different results. So first of all, let's go step by step. You already heard a overly processed song at the beginning of this video, but let's start adding some effects so you can listen how each one of these options affect the sound. The default setting has a lot of noise, which isn't bad. It's something that you will expect of a Vynil plugin, but let's lower it so it doesn't get on the way of the review. The song that I will be using today is a song of my own. It's called Drifting Again, and it's going to be on my soon to release EP. I don't want to make promises, but I hope next month it's going to be released. On the recording part, we have gain, edge, flutter, wow, and compression. Edge is basically a high-pass filter, giving you a filtering flavor depending on, well, the age or the emulated age of a worn-out Vynil.
I don't feel like myself.
Which on its sounds, it doesn't sound bad, but it's just a filter. But when combined with everything else, can give you really interesting sound. And the other is the combination of wow and flutter, which are effects you expect to find on a Vynil emulation.
I don't feel like myself.
You can go pretty extreme with it, but I like it to keep it in the middle so it doesn't destroy the sound. And the interesting thing that this plugin has is the compression element. You can choose between 7 different compression algorithms. If you hover your mouse over there, you get a tooltip where you can read what is that type of compression doing to the sound. And you have a compression amount knob.
I don't feel like myself.
And you can choose if you want the compression previous to the dust and noise or before that. If you apply it before, obviously the noise and the dust are going to be affected by the compression, but also are going to get louder.
I don't feel like myself. The world I keep.
Speaking of that, you can put some mechanical noise and change the color of it. And also you have dust options, which will give you the crackling and popping sounds that Vynil has. And you can choose between small, medium and large pieces of dust. But of course, it's not too fun to just listen to dust and noise, so let's listen to it on context with the song.
I don't feel like myself. The world I keep is not the same. I'm living in someone else's dream. It's not my voice. It's not my skin.
And finally, we have playback controls. Sadly, right off the bat, my instincts tried to make a scratch with this Vynil, but you cannot do it. What you can do is to do this spin down, which is going to stop the Vynil or making it play again, and will give you acceleration or deceleration effect.
I don't feel
And of course, you can change the speed to make it longer.
I don't feel like myself. It's not the same. I'm living in someone.
You also can put this broken mode, which is going to repeat a certain segment of your song.
I don't feel, I don't feel, I don't feel, I don't feel, I don't feel.
And to change the length of the section, you can do it with the RPM option. Now, I was keeping this almost to the end because this also affects the flutter and the noise, because all of that is part of the effect of the vinyl.
I don't feel like myself. Like in.
And finally, you have the pitch option, which is going to change the pitch, but it's not going to change the speed. And you can get really interesting effects, as you heard at the beginning of the video. But let's listen to that again.
I don't feel like myself.
So right off the bat, you can get really interesting sound, especially if you're into making lo-fi productions. A couple of last things about this plugin: you can choose how much of the intensity of, well, almost everything except pitch, bump, spin down and broken goes to the sound. And every Unfiltered Audio plugin has this randomized preset button, which can give you different results. So when you feel uninspired, maybe you can get a little bit of random inspiration.
I don't feel like myself. The world I can know is not the same.
Despite lo-fi not being my thing, I'm almost tempted to render a version of this song with this effect on and call it a lo-fi remix. In all seriousness, it gives you really interesting sounds, and I think it goes a little bit beyond just a normal vinyl emulation, especially with the addition of the compression knob, the user interface, and the algorithm it uses to manage to get different sounds. So obviously the invitation is that you try it yourself, link is in the description. Plugin Alliance offers a 14-day demo of all their plugins, so check it out. And they also are almost every time doing different sales, so you can get this plugin at a really low price. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment if you like the plugin, and also subscribe to the channel. See you next time, bye bye!